Welcome back, guys. Once again, I'm going to be showing you the easiest ways to make coins at EAFC. So if you want some of these fire and ice cards, then you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and of course drop a like down below to say thank you. And as usual, if you want some coins in a bit of a quicker way, well, if you guys are fed up of coming against nicks like me and foot champs who use loans and OP cards from day one,
I'm getting really sick of you! Get out now!
Then you need to head over to mitchcactus.com, where not only can you buy the cheapest and most reliable FIFA coins on the EA market, you'll find over 10,000 reviews from people who have used the services and enjoyed them in the past. So make sure to head over to mitchcactus.com and use code RECALL for 5% off. So we're going to start off by heading over to the SBCs. Of course, if we head to the challenges, we no longer have the FC versus daily challenge, which is a bit disappointing because it's still in FC versus, but we've got the marquee matchup. So this one is a simple SBC that always makes you a ton of coins. You get a prime mix players, a jumbo premium, a small gold, a premium mix, and of course you also get yourself a rare electrum. Now if you're saying, well, I don't have the coins to complete this, don't worry, this is a trading video. We're going to make at least 20k minimum, so you can go and do marquee matchups, and marquee matchups is guaranteed profit. If you do it maybe on Monday, for example, you do it for about 15,000 coins and you're guaranteed about 10k profit minimum, where you can obviously get, if you get a fire and ice promo, if you get a good player, anything like that, you could be up to millions of coins. So it's just an easy investment. Now I would open this right now, but unfortunately I have a load of packs stored, so it essentially wouldn't be there, so we wouldn't be able to. But the other recommendation, as always, is going to be to finish off the first two SBCs in any icon. As you can see, I've pretty much done it on all of them apart from Trezeguet and of course Roy Keane. What you get for these is essentially guaranteed profit packs, and you can use your untradeable silvers and bronzes to get rid of those. And luckily, of course, by dropping an entire new team, they have actually finally given us some filters. So starting off on the lower end, if we actually have a look, there isn't a whole lot. Surprisingly, Richarlison is literally one of the cheapest players on the promo, which I actually thought was going to be completely not the case. I thought he'd be up there with the top dogs. We've got Firmino, somehow millions of coins, well, millions, 500k more than our Richarlison here. So you've got him here somehow sat at 40,000 coins. Obviously, left wing, I understand, isn't a desirable card, but what it does mean is over in the Premier League, we can have a look at grouping them together. So if we do get rid of the endless pages, apparently, of Rodri, we've got the likes of Gakpo here at 180k, and then, of course, Richarlison at a little bit of a lower depth. Now if we pop this to around, let's say 90k, let's see what comes up. So we have Richarlison here. It doesn't look like Gakpo's going for much either, which is good. It means we've got a very easy filter here at 30,000 coins. So if we pop this to 30k, you can see we got Gakpo and Richarlison for days. So let's just work out how much these guys go for to make sure their sort of prices aren't messed up. Now, they've kind of messed up the minimums here because Richarlison has a minimum of 20k and Gakpo has a minimum of 10k. So I don't know why they've done that, even though Richarlison is essentially dirt cheap. But we've got this guy coming in at 28,000 coins, just over, maybe a little bit under. 28 there seems a pretty dead set mark. Let's see. So there's nothing over 28. There's 27 there that we've missed. EA tax on 28 is going to be 1.4k. So we need to go down to about 26. So that's a 600 coin profit per card. We've seen a 27 already, so we know they're being listed. That would have been almost a K profit, so that would have been a decent little snipe to get. You can see there's probably a lot of these being picked up and listed very fast, just on the basis that the cards are crap and no one really wants these cards in their club. So you're getting them. Most people are going to pack these and immediately sell them on. So it's going to be easy, as I said, to get a snipe there because they're all going to be dropped. No one's really going to be trying to get in for the most profit because I think people probably understand that this card is going to drop very quickly. Now we're going to see if we can get a 26,250 snipe and list him. I mean, all of the ones that are coming up at 25,750 are perceivably being, I don't know if this is botting or if this is just me getting unlucky. Okay, maybe I was just getting unlucky. So that one is a 600 coin profit right off the bat. Now, the next jump up we can do, there's a couple filters in the options of the regions of France. So you've got versus fire, defender, France. This one, pretty simple. We've got Renard, we've got Camavinga, and we've got Upamecano. So 3 players on there, very easy to differentiate between them. Obviously, if we actually have a look at the positions, left back, centre back, right back. So we can't sort of single off Renard and get rid of her, but she's 80,000 coins. So at least there is a value to it. Obviously, realistically, she's not. I would rather have her in form because it's definitely more valuable right now, but it's still a card that people are potentially going to use. It's got a pace upgrade, so she's a little bit better in game. EA tax on 80k is, of course, going to be 4,000 coins, which means we need to pick her up at about I mean, 74 gives us a 2k profit per card. I don't think that's bad, but I also don't think that's good. So it's kind of one of those things, you can knock it down to 72, and you'll be making 4k per card. Obviously, less cards are going to come up. So you've just kind of got to make the decision, what are you happy with in terms of profit? I don't think it's a terrible profit margin, especially when you're only having to spend 80k. You know, if you've got more than that, you're probably absolutely laughing. But what you might find is, as you can see here, we're not seeing many Renards come up. Now, this might be because she's rarer in packs than we would expect for a card of her caliber. Maybe she is a little bit more hard to find. Obviously, this 75 in theory is a snipe, and obviously someone else has got there first. That would have been a 1k profit. 1k is not really acceptable when we're getting 80,000 coins putting down for the card. Obviously, at 76, we would make no profit. I wanted to use that one for compare price. We've missed 1k worth of profit on the basis that we wouldn't go for just 1k. Is that silly? Potentially. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and even the playing field, and we're going to go Bundesliga. So with this one, it leaves us a Pamecano and Coman, actually both of which are a lot more reasonably priced than I would expect for either of these two cards. It is so weird to see how previous FIFA relevance isn't as important as just what the card is these days, and that used to be so much more important than the actual card itself, which is just so weird. These are all things that you just wouldn't expect. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. We've just seen a perfect snipe. How have we just missed a perfect snipe? 20k is literally the margin for profit on this one. That would have been perfect. We would have made about 10,000 coins. So that is pretty damn gutting, because we could have sold that at 200k. But it also shows how good the method is and how bad I am at sniping. Now, when we head over, of course, to Ice, there's not going to be a huge change in the filters. We can essentially reverse a lot of the filters that we've just had a look at. So versus Ice Premier League, on the lower end, obviously you've got Rodri, Rashford. They're not really going to be filterable players. But when we head over to, if we go for a cheeky little, no, not quite. If we go for a cheeky little 28k, you've got Richarlison there. And I want to say, if we go to 128, we should be able to see, we've got Gakpo there as well. He's actually a little bit more valuable on this side. So there's a couple more filters we can make. So the main one is going to be, if we head over to, let's have a look. So yeah, about 30k. So pretty similar story to the other side. The only big filter I can think of that we haven't really looked at is versus Ice, I think midfielder, and Spanish. If we get a minimum of about 200k, you've got a nice little filter between my beautiful Ramos that's in my team and a Rodri, which is a little bit further away from the pricing that I was expecting there. Or we pop it over to versus Fire. I don't know if we need to do the midfielder. I think Spanish should. Rodri and Ramos. Now these two are a little bit closer in terms of value. So you have that 1 mil spot. Now I know some of you are going to go, well, we don't have a million coins. Well, of all the filters, you're going to have to miss this one. You've got, okay, yeah, the minimum 200k is so ideal, isn't it? It just has to be done. Minimum 300k. We've got Ramos. Ramos is about 700. You got Rodri's about 9. So actually, you only need 700 for this one. So really, not that many coins, guys. It's honestly not that many. And speaking of not that many, what we're going to be doing is not that many. That was a terrible segue. But essentially, I'm going to be doing the Thunderstruck Icon Pack again. It's going to be over on Shorts. Make sure to check it out. We will, of course, do a forfeit for it if someone guesses the wrong slot for the best player. So make sure to check that out. Make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.